Oh snap, I didn't realize my thing just started, but hello everyone, I'm your lovely host Becca Chu. Welcome to Love, Money, Rock and Roll, and this game is done by the same people who did Everlasting Summer. Apparently they did another thing too called Frosty Kiss, but I realized the game when I downloaded it and tried playing it, it was only in Russian, and I don't know how to speak Russian at all, but I think that's cool that there's a sequel to it, so if you see, you should look up gameplay for that or whatever. And I'm gonna go ahead and start, but this isn't the game yet, it's in demo, and I just wanted to test it out because I really did enjoy Everlasting Summer, and I'm pretty pumped to play this one because it seems like they added a whole bunch of new features to their game. And there's a little support thing, you should support them. March 4th, 1987. Nice, are those cherry blossoms? Those might be leaves. That's pretty. Sakura is a Japanese cherry blossom. I could have told you that. These falling sakura petals, does anyone actually find that? Well, I think I did just say they're pretty. Does the new one really see a deep meaning in their whirling? I like to. I know back in the old days, samurai's life was compared to a Japanese cherry blossom because their beauty is like so fleeting, just like someone's life. Perhaps this interplay of color, the purple velvet against the setting sun does memorize. These games would be really pretty. No doubt back then I too watched this leaf fall and thought so. Perhaps too much time has passed, I've forgotten I have changed. Only the trees are the same, they don't care. They came into the world before me and they will yet outlive my descendants. They don't care how beautiful their falling petals are, how fast they fell, or at what angle it's all the same to them. Why would they bother with something such I can't talk. This is nothing more than a routine change of the seasons. To me though, this is a flood of memories. The tree in front of me now is just like the one on that day. The day when I had something, that day when it was too late to do anything, it's the same. The same are the petals too, falling with perfidious indifference. I said that right. They truly don't care. They don't care at all, man. If one day a photographer makes an entire exposition of their images, or if a pair of sweet hearts falls even more deeply in love, enchanted by their ceaseless dance. That's how nature is. It's not how I am. Nice to know you're different. You sound kind of depressing though. Same as that day a year earlier. The day the petals were falling off the trees as well. Nice. Back then too, nature was lying down, not dying, no, but falling asleep to wake up again. In the spring, the fire of life rekindled. Sitting under this tree, I was remembering all the joy and the sadness. The girl. Do you really love me? Me. Yes. Oh, I guess I'm a dude. Then again, I did look at the game, so... Truly? Is that all I'm gonna say is yes? She turned away while the petals kept falling, getting tangled in her hair, making her look even more beautiful. Yeah, these cherry petals really suit you. She turned around. She probably didn't feel like it. She probably expected something else. Elegant phrases, intelligent words, something, but not this. Really? Yes, of course. She smiled. I too must have expected something different. Feelings, confession as beautiful as the fluttering petals. But at the time, those words were more important to me than anything else. More important than the tree, more important than the moment, more important than life itself. Because I realized that they were like a petal resting in my hand before it falls to the ground, so near, so fragile, so precious. It's December now. I woke up. Feel like if the fan was humming obnoxiously as ever, its noise must have been what woke me up. I was sick of it, of course, but it was a necessary evil. The summer heat was relentless even with the doors open. It was 3 in the morning and the silence was sickening. Thought it said it was December. Maybe I misread it. Dear God, better to hear the blare of police sirens or the shouting of a tipsy neighbor or the screeching of car tires. Anything but this obnoxious fan. I like how fans sound, though. I would have turned it off long ago, but then I would have certainly cooked alive by the heat. Welcome to Texas. I'm just kidding. Heck, Russian winters has nothing on Japanese summers. With effort, I got up and went to the kitchen for some water. What were Russian winters like anyway? Some muffled creaking came back from the floorboards under my feet. But the rest of the house, which consisted of 3 bedrooms, a living room, a bathroom. Oh man, it's a P&G. Pay no attention to its sole inhabitant. Dang, it really was 3 a.m. I gulped the water down greedily, spilling half over myself. Next morning I had to go to school. Had to. Who was compelling me? Maybe I was the one who came up with these stupid duties and responsibilities, straddling myself with the necessity of socializing and waiting for that useless piece of paper which would attest to my possessing a high school education. I must have invented this world myself, as was my wont. Did I read that right? I must have made it up alongside all the other worlds that I fabricated daily for myself, for those I knew, for the whole world. These obligations were nothing but the stupid conventions of that world. By a stroke of bad luck, it was also the world that, most people viewed as the real one. Poured myself another glass of water and returned to bed. The moon shone brightly, animating every speck of dust. In its mournful light, my room looked entirely different, like a portal to another world. Well, that was beyond even my imagination. Silver ray lighted on the table, inching towards a heap of papers. School papers and an unfinished novel, letters. From my mother, from friends in Russia, and got up and put a particular scrap of paper into a drawer. It had been sitting there for a year, or why should it have bothered me? Then again, why was it on my table? I should have tossed it long ago. I jumped up, took a step towards the table, and came to a halt. How could I? It's not as if I hadn't tried before. Now that I think about it, I actually do notice the fan in the background blowing, but that doesn't bother me. It's not as if I hadn't... Oh, whoops, I already said that. The phone rang loudly. Very loudly. It was 3 in the morning. Who could possibly need to talk to me at this hour? To a dejected high schooler sunk in contemplation. Seems like a common theme with these games. However, I was used to it. Hello. Hi, you're not asleep? Obviously not. I feel an impulse to hang up and disconnect the phone, but even more I wish that she would now be here close by. How come? How should I know? Probably because you called me? She mumbled something unintelligible. How are things in general? How should they be in general at 3 in the morning? I don't know, great? Well, then they're great. I'll quit that. Well, what did you want to hear? I just wanted to call. So you mean it's okay to call at 3 o'clock in the morning? Saw the light on your kitchen, so I figured you were up. Are you spying on me? No, it's just... The line went silent for a few seconds. She must have been trying to think of something that didn't sound too ridiculous. It's just that I couldn't sleep either. Why either? What if I had been sleeping? But you aren't now. Okay, let's start from the beginning. What did you want? I wanted to know. She paused mid-sentence as if working up the courage before continuing more confidently. Are you coming to school tomorrow? Suppose I do. Then I'll come by for you in the morning. No, that's just great. It's 3 in the morning and you're going to come by when in 3 hours? So we won't be late. You know what, I think I'm going to take a pass. Hey, you can't keep missing school at the rate. You won't be able to graduate and then you won't be able to find a good job. She's one of those people. I think I've heard of one with a pen or something. She got entirely tangled up in the predictions of my future. Oh well, no biggie. No, that's not well. Leave the door unlocked tomorrow in the morning. He had the keys. What does it matter if I lock the door? Oh, right. See you in the morning then. Is that like his sister, his girlfriend, or just a friend? Because she already has keys. It didn't feel like arguing. It would have done no good anyway. She would have, whoops, come and wake me up regardless. That's what she did almost every day. Why'd I ever give her the keys? I don't know, why did you? Well, that was a while back. Must have been about a year. Cherry petals were probably falling on that day as well. But to hell with them. Thought to set the alarm so I could get up before she came. Not that it mattered much, but it was getting old. What's more, I worried that I may have become too accustomed to it, seeing that familiar face every morning. Dependent even, which was something I definitely could not allow to happen. So she wanted to come in the morning fine, but she wouldn't be waking me up again. Oh, well, it's August now, I think. "100 bells were chiming with 100 melodies in my head, announcing the morning. And that melody was the cheerful chirping of the birds, the construction on a neighboring street, the boisterous shouts of the street vendors, as well as that damned fan." I'm just kidding, which I had not quit humming for a second, and the grumpy muttering somewhere close by. Oh, she's cute. Oh, it's one of those visual novels where they actually move and breathe and blink and stuff. Fixed gaze of large green eyes, the pouting lips, and the 2 red braids all informed me that I slept then. What time is it? She looks upset. The girl picked up the alarm and shoved it in my face. But it's still early, I protested. The early bird gets the worm. This was Himitsu. I seemed to have known her my whole life. Or at least since my parents and I had moved to Japan. Her mother was Russian, although she divorced Himitsu's father when we were still children. Okay, enough lounging around, time to get up with, wash up, eat breakfast, and go to school. This was how most of my day started. Though after so many years I had become accustomed to it. Incidentally, I had forgotten to introduce myself, Nikolai. I believe that was my name last time. Or maybe that's just a common name. I don't know, high school senior. Nico-kun. Kun is, I already know about that. I'm good. Himitsu's voice carried throughout the entire house, and it no longer felt quiet, so empty and lonely. I quickly got washed and dressed and then came into the kitchen. The house really was too big for one person. You live here by yourself? What? In fact, it was probably designed for a multi-generational family, grandparents, parents, children, grandchildren. The empty space felt oppressive even when parents were still with me. Now it just felt like a museum or a library. Who in their right mind would want to live there, especially by themselves? I don't know. I don't think living by yourself's too bad. Bon appetit. Same to you. An omelet and several kinds of salads were gracing the table. I picked up a piece of cucumber with my chopsticks and was lazily shifting it around the plate. Not hungry? I am, but I can't live off grass like a rabbit. She looks upset. So, is instant ramen better in your book? I know what ramen is too, that was my college food. I don't know about better, but it's certainly better tasting. Hey! She puffed out her cheeks comically, which made her look like a cute put work into it, you know? K.O. I could say nothing to counter that, so I concentrated on chewing. What are you planning to do after school today? Play video games. I don't know, Kyosuke wanted to go to the movies, I think. Were you gonna suggest something? She set aside her chopsticks and looked at me intently, like she was gonna say something important. Maybe. She started laughing, trying to hide her embarrassment. Never mind, it's not important. Himitsu was in love with me. Wow. I like how blunt and open and he knows about it, but he just hasn't done anything about it yet. I had known this for a long time, but did nothing exactly my point. I didn't read the sentence. At some point I'd grown so accustomed to it that I no longer knew if she loved me as a brother or as a man. To be perfectly honest, I didn't care one way or another. If you want to go somewhere I can reschedule a movie it can do without me tonight. Her face gleamed with an earnest smile. Well, actually, I wanted to check out this one store near the station. It just opened. The girls at the station won't stop talking about it. Someone else at my spot might have considered this a date. Though I simply enjoyed spending time with Himitsu. She, too, seemed content with this arrangement. I mean, she's adorable if you do decide to go after her. Or, technically, it'd be me deciding. So, I don't know. It depends if I see the other girls first. You haven't finished your breakfast? Nor did I plan to. I might have yet to eat this grass for lunch as well. Why don't you ever make a borscht or dumplings or something? Borscht isn't breakfast, and besides I've made it before. Himitsu took offense. She had made it before, true, but it is not the same as I remembered from my childhood. I was not about to tell her that. It's one thing not to know how to do something, one can always learn. It's quite another to both know and do, yet fail to meet expectations. When that is the case, there is a good chance that one will never learn. You're right, sorry, your borscht is very good. Borscht, yeah, borscht. Hope I'm saying that right. Sounds right, I repeated. Himitsu was glaring at me. Anyone else in her place would have long since emptied this bowl of imaginary borscht onto my head. So what's the story you were talking about? They sell clothes. She kept fixing me with a stare. Dresses, sweaters, skirts, clothing, women's clothing. Do you think maybe you could go with one of your girlfriends then? I'm not saying no, it's just, it might be slightly awkward. Why? Because I'm not a girl. I'm supposed to be a dude, and people will think it's a date. It's just the way things are here, and you know how I'm not always good with local customs. I was telling the truth. Anyone else would have long since gotten used to the Japanese way of life, the Japanese traditions and cultural norms, or at least to the ways of the local high schoolers. That's, no one's gonna think anything. It's not like we are, but you're blushing. Himitsu was now completely flustered, which was making her upset. I can tell she was more upset with me or with herself. Sometimes when I talked to Himitsu and not only her, I would hit a dead end, and I no longer knew what expected of me, while the other person couldn't understand why I didn't get it. In the end, the entire meeting, the conversation would end up buried under an avalanche of misunderstanding which snowballed with every new remark. Such times it was better to agree or to remain silent. Alright, it's fine. No one's going to think anything, why would they? Exactly, said Himitsu triumphantly, and we went to wash the dishes. What was that? This kind of weather early in the fall, called in Russia and Grandma Summer. Oh man, I didn't read that. I didn't know what that meant. In Japan, at any rate, it was still very hot at the beginning of September. And see, Himitsu walked alongside me, smiling. Occasionally glanced over at her, trying to figure out what was on her mind. Ooh, that's nice. It's like a bus/train moving. Not that I was particularly interested, more likely I was just trying to distract myself from my own thoughts. The image of the falling cherry petals kept surfacing in my mind, dragging up painful memories. As for Himitsu, she never broadcast broach the subject. Was she keen to avoid reopening the wound, or was she just showing tact? Hey, Earth's Nico-kun, do you copy? What? I had clearly been daydreaming. Of course you've been. We're almost here, and you're still sleeping. Himitsu scowled. I thought I was supposed to go to school. As always, her displeasure looked more comical than intimidating. Not sleeping. I'm solving the world's problems in my head. Oh yeah, what sort of problems? She laughed. The political sort, not even geopolitical. Who else will solve them if not yours truly? Your grades are a little underwhelming for a future politician. That's not important. They've been plenty of great people who didn't get the best grades in school. Take Einstein, for instance, which that's true. I see. Himitsu smirked. We would have probably kept chit-chatting like this if it weren't for a scuffle happening that moment at the school gate. Several people had surrounded a girl from a distance. We couldn't see who it was. But there's some awesome music going on. Himitsu quietly slowing down. I started listening to the music. Me too. She probably wears the same skirt all year. She looks like I don't know. Must be a hand-me-down from her older sister. How does a bum like her even get admitted to her school? It's not a halfway house. Go work at the fish market. Careful now, you might. Oh wow, is that what my character looks like right there? It actually doesn't look that bad. Because the other character that I played in the other game, I don't think he had a face. I don't think. Might catch something from her. Let's see. It's not like I was going to, with her. Hey, you're on to something. I bet the fact she spends her nights earning a little. Oh man, high schoolers. Himitsu paused for a second. Isn't she in your class? Look more closely. She does look familiar. I think so. You're saying you don't even know who your classmates are? Of course I do. That's Nakahira Iwamura. Fixing my hair and looked triumphantly at Himitsu. She was not impressed. In fact, she's our class president. Himitsu was still looking at me reproachfully. Oh, what? I've never spoken much with her in any way. We've only been together in the same class since the start of the school year, so I've only been 6 months. Meanwhile, this couple, if one could call it that, was picking up steam. The girl remained stubbornly silent, only dropping her head lower with every minute. It only encouraged the bullies further. Come on, who would pay money for someone like her? I mean, she's cute. She probably thinks she's chills. I like her haircut, it's nice. Except maybe a couple $100 yen. The speaker made a show of opening his wallet, stuffed with bills, pulling out a handful and waving them in front of him. Don't tell me I'll take it. I'd be like, I'm just taking this as my cash now. And then blocks me. I'm just kidding. They probably beat her up. That's what it sounds like. It's really getting out of hand. I muttered under my breath. However, can I do something about it? These dang traditions. This isn't right. Let's just call it teacher. Oh. I guess, Japan is probably supposed to be polite about stuff. I know they're more known to be polite and other things. Himitsu tugged lightly at my sleeve. And what is the teacher going to do? Scold them? My, aren't you ashamed of yourselves? I'm starting to get worked up. If I had to think about it, what business of mine was this? Fellow classmate, so what? I didn't exchange more than a couple words with her before this day. On the other hand, it was hard to watch one poor girl getting hounded by an entire pack. Yeah, it seems like many girls. I want to intervene because I'm cool like that. Why should I stay on the sidelines? What if this were Himitsu in her place? After all, we were all so far from the richest kids at the school. Sorry. Himitsu only smiled slightly in response. Hey! I yelled and headed confidently in their direction. Leave her alone. At first they just looked at me in surprise. Iwamura, on the other hand, kept staring at the ground and did not react at all. Oh my gosh, she has the classic anime hairstyle. I forgot what it's called, the comb something, I don't know. It's a very common hairstyle, I see. with certain people. What business of yours is it? Keep walking. Your time was challenging, but this only boosted my confidence. 4 against 1, don't you think that's a bit unfair? You want some too, is that it? Totally. I thought you mate. The 2 guys from the group stepped forward, cracking their knuckles for emphasis. It would seem that they could do more than talk trash. And what's the hero going to do now? Kick your butt. I'm just kidding. Yeah, what? To tell the truth, I didn't know either. I've been compelled to stand up for you more, but some kind of inflamed sense of justice, no more. Because here you weren't supposed to act this way, and there you were supposed to help your neighbor. Wait, what? Is the game already telling me like, hey, you weren't supposed to do that? Don't tell me how to live my life, game. But real life isn't manga or anime. I wish. That'd be so cool. In real life, I had no superpowers. It's called a quirk. You're about to find out. I went up really close to one of them. And froze. What now? But the guy staggered back, clearly rattled. Who do you think you are? Whoops. Fine. Excuse me, clearly intended to shove me in the chest. My reflexes kicked in before I could think. Nice. Something right in the cheek. Outswung my arm. Crack came the sound of the ceiling. Like I was like crack. The world around me seemed to freeze. I was about to say froze. Mura, the other girls, and even the guy whom I just punched were all staring at me, seemingly transfixed with surprise. But this only lasted an instant. Then he stands up, all angry, and he's so much back, right? You do have any idea who my father is? I don't care. One of the girls was shouting. Don't yell, let's just go. He's some kind of psycho. Yeah, that's my first impression of being in school, because I'm crazy. The girl was trying to calm her friend down. Let's see. Second guy helped his blade. Oh, I read that wrong. Up from the ground. This isn't over. Well, remember you. With these words, they quickly headed away from the school. Kimitsu rushed over to me the same instant. Aw, where'd the other girl go? Nico-kun, are you alright? Yes, of course. 'Cause I'm OP like that. I replied calmly while examining my slightly swollen fist. Surprisingly, I wasn't shaking with adrenaline as might have been expected. Everything must have happened to... Ooh. I'm gonna ignore that. Senpai! I already know what that means too. No, all the commotion, I had forgotten all about the chief culprit of this. Wow, I guess that was some Russian word, I don't know that word. She stood silently peering sullenly at us from under her brows. Are you alright? Lol, that's such a president thing to say. Fighting's prohibited on the school grounds, she said quietly. What? Foolish smile spread across my face. I look over at Himitsu. She looked just as confused as I was. I'm saying that there's no call for getting into a fight. In case you haven't noticed, I was kinda defending you. They would have left in the end. I don't know, I just thought that was mean. Went silent for a second and looked up at me, her eyes flashed, but just as quickly her indifferent demeanor returned. They always leave. Regardless, you could at least say thank you. It's just common courtesy. I was even more upset now than a minute earlier. Not only here, but in the whole wide world. Yomura merely raised her chin, snorted, and quickly made her way towards the school gate. That's just unreal. Told you not to get involved, Himitsu said quietly. But you did act like a real hero. Aww. Where have you seen heroes like this in the movies? The heroes get thanked for the rescue. But you didn't do it for the sake of gratitude, did you? Yumitsu kept smiling, which made me flustered. We'll see what sort of gratitude awaits me from the teachers. I grumbled. Come on, let's go. Another routine school day has now begun. And I think I'll just quit this little demo right here if I can save. If not, then I might. No. I'll see you guys later. Bye.